Goldie Hawn has always seemed like sunlight in human form. From the moment she danced her way into America's living rooms, she carried a joy that felt effortless, laughter that bubbled up naturally, a smile that felt contagious. But behind that bright exterior lived a woman who spent years searching for something far quieter and far deeper than fame. She wasn't chasing applause, she was chasing peace. Her early life hinted at a performer destined for the spotlight. Born in Washington, D.C., Goldie was immersed in music and movement from childhood. Dance became her first language long before acting ever entered the picture. By her teens, she had already tasted discipline, ambition, and independence, traits that would define her career and complicate her personal life. When Hollywood came calling, she answered without hesitation, stepping into success at a pace few could match. The world quickly fell in love with her carefree charm. Laugh-In turned her into a household name, and films like Cactus Flower proved she was more than a comedic presence. She was a serious talent. Awards followed, box office hits stacked up, and Goldie became one of the most recognizable stars of her era. Yet while her professional life soared, her romantic life struggled to find solid ground. Her first two marriages reflected a pattern common to rising stars. Love formed quickly, collided with fame, and slowly unraveled under pressure. Both relationships ended with unresolved pain and public scrutiny. Goldie didn't hide from the heartbreak, but she didn't let it harden her either. Instead, she focused on raising her children and redefining what fulfillment meant to her. Somewhere along the way, she realized that traditional expectations, marriage, structure, permanence on paper, didn't guarantee emotional safety. Then, quietly and unexpectedly, everything changed. Goldie first met Kurt Russell when they were young, barely more than kids themselves. The meeting passed without consequence, filed away as a pleasant memory. Years later, fate intervened again. When they reunited on the set of Swing Shift in the early 1980s, something clicked instantly. Their connection wasn't loud or dramatic, it was natural, comfortable, and disarming. Their first date, famously chaotic and spontaneous, set the tone for what would become a relationship defined by authenticity rather than rules. What drew Goldie to Kurt wasn't just attraction, it was trust. He didn't perform for her, he didn't compete with her. Most importantly, he showed genuine care for her children, treating them not as an obligation but as an extension of the life they were building. That alone spoke louder than any romantic gesture ever could. They never married, and that choice puzzled the public for decades. But for Goldie and Kurt, commitment didn't need legal framing. They chose each other freely, every single day. That freedom became the foundation of their longevity. No pressure, no ownership, just loyalty, laughter, and shared values. Together, they built a blended family that grew into something rare in Hollywood, stable, warm, and deeply connected. They supported each other's careers without competing, appeared on screen together only when it felt right, and protected their private life fiercely. As their children grew and grandchildren arrived, their bond didn't shrink, it expanded. In later years, Goldie spoke openly about why their relationship endured. "Love," she said, "isn't about perfection. It's about patience, kindness, and the willingness to stay curious about the person beside you." Their relationship had elasticity. It bent during hard moments but never broke. Even after decades together, their affection remains playful and sincere. Whether walking red carpets or holding hands in quiet moments, they radiate a sense of ease that can't be staged. Their story isn't a fairy tale, it's something better, a partnership built on choice rather than obligation. Goldie Hawn didn't find lasting love by following tradition, she found it by listening to herself. And in doing so, she and Kurt Russell created a love story that proves commitment isn't defined by vows, but by showing up again and again with an open heart.